We are back with Celestial Effects with Joe, Scarlet Star, and Dom. Dom, great job on the presentation there with the pedals. You got to put that guy more in the front row, I think.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing it every day. Trying to get him out there.
I'm like Q. I belong in the back. I come on every once in a while.
We go to all the parties.
So you guys got a couple of promotions coming up with Celestial. Let's get into that.
Yeah, what we've been doing, our initial marketing is strictly here in New England as we're rolling out the product. We got 7 more pedals in the work after this. So we've been sponsoring Bay State Rock on WAAF every Sunday night, 11 to 1. We've been advertising in the blues audience. This Friday, as a matter of fact, we're doing a promotion with the Sal DeFusco Project, who's a Berkeley professor guitarist at Riles Jazz Club. We are a sponsor of the Worcester Music Awards. We're going to be doing some advertising on the Berkeley Today magazine, which goes out to all the Berkeley students. And we're attending a guitar convention, which is GuitarCon 2011, which is held up in Fitchburg at the Central Massachusetts Convention Center. That's April 16th and 17th. There'll be a wide variety of guitars, effects, amps, pedals. We'll be in booth 1.
You'll be at booth there?
Booth 169. Come see us. We're going to be doing raffles for free pedals. Don't need to be present to win. No charge to enter. Wow. And beyond that, we're also going to be sponsoring Jazz Week Boston between April 28th and May 5th. Which is basically going to be throughout there's going to be 90 shows over that 1-week period in a variety of venues through the Boston area. So we're quite excited by all the promotions going on as we're launching the product.
You guys are busy.
And we're trying to stay busy and get busy. And
they're working you too hard over there, Don?
I work myself too hard. He doesn't need to work me hard. He tells me to stop. I say, no, no.
You're perfectionists. That's what makes them sound so great.
Yeah, I just love it.
And our business models, we're factory direct because that's how we always operate. So you can buy them right online at www.celestialeffects.com. And you have a 30-day money-back guarantee because it's often hard to go into a store in like 5 minutes and figure out what you like, or talk to somebody on a YouTube and figure what you like. But if you bring it home and play with your rig, your gear, you got a whole month there to play around with what you like, what you don't like.
So you got a 30-day trial?
30-day trial, money-back guarantee. And we do give a stellar 5-year guarantee on our products too. And the beauty is when you're dealing factory direct is when you have technical questions, you can call our 800 number. And there are people that understand the product.
Dom will answer all of your calls?
Exactly.
I will answer all of them.
And I will too.
Very good.
We'll point them in the right direction.
No, initially, Joe we were inviting guitarists in to try our pedals. Sure, drop by. The problem is as I was explaining before, is you've spent a lot of time and money on a tone you're happy with. Now you want to modify it, tweak it. Even if you go to a music store, or no disrespect here, no, but are you going to take your amplifier, your guitar, into the store to try our pedals? By taking them home and having 30 days to decide if you like them or not, you try it with your gear, at your location, in your environment. And that's a true test. Hey, and if you don't like them, send it back to us.
Because I like to play at home in my boxer shorts, so I want to make sure it sounds ultimately as good as humanly possible, like that.
You can wear Scarlett's Fez hat.
There we go. We'll be all set.
It's yours.
Excellent. So, all right. So check them out at the 2011 Worcester Music Awards, April 14th, at the Ralph's Diner. They got a lot of things going on. CelestialEffects.com. Thank you guys very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Eat it, Ralph's, and live forever.
Exactly. Joining me next on the couch is a very talented musician. He is one of the Celestial Effects featured artists. Let's welcome to the show Chris Reddy, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Chris. Good. So, give me your background a little bit in music. How long have you been playing for?
I started playing when I was 7. Grew up in Leominster. Studied from some guys that were pretty known locally, especially Johnny Moore. I joined a band, started a band when I was 12. Called Transit.
Always playing guitar?
Always playing guitar. And Transit lasted for about 25 years. We became a progressive rock cover band. Did some original years. Tried to make our mark. We got as far as we could, and then started playing locally. And it's still going on, a couple gigs a year. But in about 2003, started really picking up acoustic again and going out, trying to play acoustic shows on my own. Getting into the loop station technology, which has grown into a love for me of playing solo gigs and just looping on the fly every night.
Acoustic loops from hell. We get a close
Hence,
up on that. It's
the
badass.
acoustic loops from hell.
Exactly. So tell me about what is your playing style?
I love all genres of music, whether it's listening to old classic rock to progressive King Crimson or Frank Zappa, to Pat Metheny and jazz artists. It doesn't matter what it is. I try to blend a little bit of everything in every night's performance, so you could hear anything any given night.
So what was the motivation at age 7 when most kids, are just starting to discover themselves and figuring out that they put their finger up their nose far enough, stuff comes out. You're picking up a guitar. What got you started in music?
I think my parents just wanted to get me out of the house and get me into something else. And basically, I'm glad they did. I still give my mother credit for getting me down to Metro Music every day and taking lessons from Johnny and making sure that I did it for the initial first 3 years and sticking with it. It's tough when you're 7 years old trying to get your fingers around an acoustic guitar. If things don't come out right, you got to stick with it, but you got to have a love for music, and I think I've always loved music, so I think that's part of it.
So by high school, you must have been a guitar god.
Not really. There were a lot of guys that played a lot better than I did. I think I just stuck with it longer through the long haul. There were always guys that were just whizzes that I would just go, wow, But that was inspiration. So, I think the more you see better guitar players, the more it makes you want to play better. And if you always have that philosophy, I think you just keep getting better.
Who are your top 5 guitarists of all time?
God.
The devilish question.
That's such a hard question. If I had to just throw 5 out there really quickly, always loved Alan Holdsworth, always loved Steve Morse and Dixie Dregs. Always loved bands that were more on a fusion edge, like Pat Metheny and Al Di Meola. But the classic rock guys that have always done it have always been so great. Brian May and Queen. Jimmy Page for the songwriting. There's just so much. There's so many good artists. I think when people are asked that question, it's such a tough question. Honestly, if you went through everything I'm listening to lately, the guy I listen to on the metal edge now is George Lynch. If George Lynch could be in this room and I could watch him play for 2 hours, I'd probably go home and throw all my guitars in the trash.
George Lynch from Dokken?
Yes.
Okay.
But I like his stuff that he's doing solo now and Lynch Mob just as much.
Cool.
There's just so many great guitar players out there. And even the new bands, the alternative bands, I just think there's so many really great guitar players. The guy in the White Stripes, it kills me that a guy can go out with just a guitar and a drummer and make it sing in front of all those people with no backing band. And yet sometimes I listen to it, I go, so raw, how do I like this? And then I go, I like it for some sort of primitive way that it's just so cool. There's so many elements to guitar playing. It's just, you can't even scratch the surface with it. What do we got, 10 minutes?
What about that? How do you approach playing? What is your...
I don't know. I just like to play, and I like to experiment. And that's why I think doing the looping thing live, obviously a lot of the tunes are arrangements that I've worked with the loop, and they lend itself to doing covers, and you can play them live for people, and people go, wow, that's an interesting take on that tune. But you come to moments in the live performance where you go, I could do this, let me just try something weird. And you do it. And sometimes it really works, and people just kind of know that it's improv and it's cool, and it lightens up the room. Other times you kind of fall flat on your face and you go, well, that was tough.
So you're saying with looping, it's not pre-recorded. You see some guys
Nothing is
at a
pre-recorded.
jazz bar, they got like a DAT tape or something. It's you're
No.
literally laying down a track, recording it, and then playing it over and over and over.
And I refuse to bring recorded tracks into a live performance. It's just not live. And I'm not saying anything against guys that use a beatbox or try to jazz it up by doing something different, but I think there's something to be said about always being on the edge of laying down multiple loops, and if you screw up, it's kind of like Saturday Night Live. It's live. If you screwed it up, you fall on your face in front of everybody. That's what makes it exciting.
Like Jimmy Fallon laughing at every skit kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't care what it is.